Welcome to Keep Your Hands in Your Skirt podcast with your host, Sabrina Brightstar. Are you a woman who manages her own set point? Use the universal laws of the universe to raise your vibration. Be a woman who can receive more pleasure, more fun, and more joy. Together, let's claim our infinite worth. Keep Your Hands in Your Skirt is a fun way to remind yourself to mind your own business. Zero in on you and your desires. Say goodbye to judgments and people-pleasing. Join Sabrina and be a woman who can receive, create, and actualize everything you desire.
Hello and welcome. Keep your hand in your skirt. Are you keeping your hand in your skirt, minding your own business? My name is Sabrina. I am your host, Keep Your Hand in Your Skirt podcast. What does that mean? That means mind your own business, tend to your vibration, pay attention to how you feel, what you're thinking, what you're focusing on, because your thoughts, your beliefs, your choice will reflect your experience. So if you would like a different experience, this is the perfect podcast for you. We're going to talk about some tools and tips to change our set point, to maybe raise our set point or decrease our set point in areas we would like less. Maybe we'd like to manifest less of a certain thing. So what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about the upgrades, the eclipse and the upgrades. And I would like to start, before I tell you what I've decided to align and agree with, everything is just a belief, right? Everything is just a belief. And Abraham says a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And you get to decide, it's always your choice if you agree or you disagree with a belief. You get to decide if you're going to accept the belief and if you're going to take on the belief, or if you're going to discard the belief, if you're going to dismiss it, right? You always have choice. You can be a neutral observer. You can be a neutral observer, and many people are trying to get to that place in their ascension or their evolution where they're not reacting. They're just in neutral observation. That is one frequency, that is one consciousness, that is one dimension or consciousness, whatever word you want to use, when you're not reacting. Or you can choose to align and agree with things, to have beliefs, to agree with certain things. So for me, I like, and this isn't spiritual bypassing, but I like to intentionally focus on what makes my heart sing, what I can get behind, what feels true in my body. And I just like to pull out what is going to serve me. So I had heard someone said, I don't know who, that the eclipses are this opportunity, are this window for massive upgrades. And my body liked the way that felt. My body liked that. That feels good. That feels good in my heart space. Upgrades, right? So I like to use this concept, this belief, as a permission slip to feel good, right? That's what I like to do. And because now that I'm using this as a permission slip to have a belief that the eclipse led me to an upgrade, now what I'm doing, I'm using my reticular activating system. I'm using the part of my brain to prove that this belief is true. That's how our brains are designed. Our brains are designed to want to be congruent with what we have decided to be true. I'll give you an example of how you know this to be true. Think of going to, I own a massage therapy business, and I tell people that work for me, the first 30 seconds are so important, because when a client walks through that door, if they're brand new, they are instantly assessing the atmosphere, they are assessing the therapist, they are assessing everything. And we instantaneously, it's the way we're designed, we instantaneously make a judgment, make a decision if we like this establishment, if we like this therapist, if we think this is going to be a great experience, or if we think it's going to be a bad experience and we instantly regret our choice to try out this place. And then once it's the way that the mind works. Once the mind has decided this is going to be a great experience, and that's why referrals are so good for business. I know this isn't a business call, but I want to show you how the reticular activating system works. Referrals are the best thing that can happen to a business because someone has already told them how great you are. So the person walking through the door, the person meeting you, has already heard you're amazing. So they're wired to look for all the reasons you are amazing. And you get what you expect. That's why you change your expectations, change your reality. The fastest way to change your reality is change your expectations. So the reticular activating system wants to help you see you are right and to be congruent with what that belief is. So going back to spirituality now, going back to astrology actually, and I heard the eclipse are leading to huge upgrades for those who are ready. I always love that. For those who are ready, they will be receiving these upgrades. Ooh, I decided I am ready. And what's happening? I am receiving huge upgrades. It's so fun, right? It's playful. It's a game. But because I do have this belief and because I do have these conversations with friends, we are all on the lookout for the upgrades, right? We are all on the lookout for the upgrades. And then that's what our focus is. That's what our stories are. That's where our attention is going, right? So where your attention goes, energy flows, right? So we are building it. We are growing on it. And so I am experiencing upgrades. I am using the permission slip of the eclipse to be an opportunity to have upgrades. What does that mean? Well, for me, an upgrade just means I feel good. My heart feels good. I have a lot of open space. I feel content. I'm stable. I'm in alignment. That's what an upgrade means to me. It also, for me, because I'm a super creative person, I love to create. I love to have projects. I am doing a lot of projects. So one of the projects I talked about last time that I've started, I had created this book, Intuition is Calling, a beginner's guide to communicating with your guides or angels. I created this in 2017, but now I'm turning it into a digital course. So it's amazing. And you can go to my website at sabrinabrightstar.com and you can join with me as I'm creating the course. The course is not done. And so because I'm creating it and it's not complete, I've got it at a super, super low discounted price. And so that is fun. It makes my heart sing. It's super fun to create it. It's super fun to get the feedback. It's super fun to, be on this co-creative journey. I'm totally inspired. I'm on fire, right? And I am, for those of you who know human design, I am a 2/4 human design who has the gates that when I talk, it's a gate to freak to genius, a gate, something. My friend always tells me about it. And so it means for me, as I'm just talking, because I ad lib, I don't write down anything. I don't know what I'm going to say before I say it. When you hear it, it's the first time I hear it, right? That's how my mind works. So as I'm saying these things, these downloads just land. Some people call it channeling. I just call it that I'm conscious of both my human self and my multidimensional self simultaneously, which we talk about in Intuition is Calling. But so as I'm sharing, as I'm talking, I'm just receiving these downloads. I have this conscious awareness of multiple streams simultaneously. And so for me, that's my highest excitement. That stimulates me. That makes me feel joy while it's happening, and it leaves me with a high vibration after I've done creating. I'm also doing another creating project on debunking different belief programs. I've always been a system buster, right? That excites me. I love to go in and see systems that are bullshit, call bullshit on systems. And that leads me, I wanted to share, I've been watching on Netflix. I don't know if you've watched, but did you see Bridgerton? And then now there's the next, it's not actually a sequel, it's a prequel. And I won't give anything away, but what I love about this show that Shonda Rhimes created or is directing, what is so good about it is it shows us how far collectively, how much we have changed patterns. Collectively, at one point, we collectively lived in a timeline where women did not have rights. Women were seen as owners, something you could own, something that a man needed to make decisions for. It's funny. It's like it doesn't like make me sad to watch it. It inspires me to see how like evolution happens, how the collective consciousnesses choose to evolve, to change, to have different patterns. So I'm not saying our life is better now. I'm just saying we have different patterns that we collectively agree to do. And so one thing that excites me is I like to call bullshit on patterns that are not serving us, on patterns. Yes, they came in, they gave us separation, extreme separation, right? Forgetting that we're sovereign beings, forgetting the truth of who we are, that we are divine, right? Forgetting that and participating as a separate being. So one of the things I'm now inspired to be creating is a debunking program. And I'm debunking, what am I debunking? I'm debunking bullshit programs about women. Women as business owners, women as single women, women as homeowners, women as investors, women, there's so many different things that women have been told, like, that maybe feel shame around, or maybe don't feel empowered, or don't have the confidence in. And it's so fun to go in and debunk that, to find the lie in those stories. And I'm going to share with you many of the lies I used to tell myself. One thing that is really changing this year in 2023 is home repairs. I've been hit with so many home repairs that have totally freaked me out. I've been a homeowner for like a really long time, but I've never had to deal with the stuff that has shown up in 2023. And initially, like, it rattled me. And then when I get rattled, luckily, I have the belief that life is happening for me. So I sat down and had some might call it a channeling. I had a multidimensional conversation with myself to, why is this happening? I'm feeling like a victim. I'm aware I'm feeling like all these big, huge home repair decisions that I need to manage alone as a solo. I am feeling like a victim. I am feeling really rattled and really vulnerable in dealing with it. And so I was able to have a multidimensional conversation with myself to show me that if I really believe life is happening for me, my house is actually helping me not break down to hurt me, but break down to allow me to have a breakthrough in understanding and being aware and owning my sovereignty, in getting clear and not having these wishy-washy beliefs, because I kind of wanted to have these wishy-washy beliefs that a man needs to fix it. A man needs to decide like what contractor to hire. A man needs to get the bids and right? Like I was so raised, right? Like my father handled these things, right? And even though I don't even believe it, like somehow, like I just jumped into this wounded, insecure, vulnerable little girl that was so scared of having to be a homeowner and deal with all these contractors. So my house showed me it's my opportunity to become more congruent, to walk more fully, to walk more wholly, our multidimensional selves, right? Instead of having holes, HOLE, in our self, in our single wounded self. We become whole, W-H-O-L-E, right? We become more whole as we walk into, become aware of, declare our sovereignty, our divinity, and know the truth of who we are. So I'm also creating this debunking program that I think is fantastic. And I know I am super inspired by women in particular who are doing things, right? Not from arrogance, but from an inner power of knowing their worth, of walking into their strengths and their capacities and their capabilities. So, do you want to believe that the eclipse season is here to give you an upgrade? If you want to, it's your choice, your belief, your choice. I personally am loving this belief that the upgrades are here, the up-leveling is happening, and I love playing with other people and hearing the stories of how that this belief system is true and these upgrades are here. So I would love to hear your 2.0, your upgraded stories. Maybe you're at 4.0. I don't know where you are, but I would love to hear your upgrade stories, your up-leveling stories, and how that the eclipses have been here to serve you, to allow you to feel even more peace, more love, more power, more strength, whatever it is that you're calling to yourself. Thanks for listening.
Manage your own set point. Use tools to change your vibration. Raise your set point. Thank you for listening to the Keep Your Hands in Your Skirt podcast. Make sure to subscribe and please leave a review. We really appreciate that effort, and we'll catch you in the next episode.